In an effort to answer some of the commonly asked career questions, I wanted to provide some video clips that you can refer to on a regular basis. So, the most commonly asked question that I get is, how do I network and how do I network effectively without feeling awkward contacting people I don't know? So, I really want to talk to you in terms of four processes that go into effective networking. The first one is to renew and or build your networking contacts. So renewal is about going back to those people that have been helpful in the past. That could be former professors, colleagues, friends, or even supervisors that have been helpful to you in the past. Now that you're in graduate school, sometimes we have a tendency to get away from following up with people that have been helpful in the past. If you're a first year student, now's a great time for you to follow up with those people, especially at the semester break, so you can let them know how your first semester went. For those of you that are second year students, you can think more in terms of giving them an update on what you did for your summer internship or your language immersion, what your capstone project is going to look like if you're starting that in the spring, or for those of you in the MPSA program, what it's looked like so far. What have you learned from it? What are you gaining out of that process? Hopefully you're gaining something. So it's important that you think about that. Building networking contacts is about getting in touch with people that are referred to you, or that you are referred to rather. So that could be former students that I've given you contact information for, or former students that you've found on your own, or other people that you have found could be helpful. Those could come from faculty members who've made recommendations on people that you should follow up with. The next part of this process is building rapport, or rapport building. So in order to build rapport, you've got to make sure that this isn't one-sided. You don't want to just tell them about you. You also want to ask about them. What do they like about what they're doing? What would they have done differently if they were a former graduate student, a former Bush School student? What would they have done differently? How would they have approached the process differently? The next process is about requesting advice. It is important that you never approach networking as requesting a favor. You always want to ask for their advice. People like to offer advice, they like to talk about themselves, but they don't always feel comfortable with just giving a favor or a networking contact or a job to someone that they don't know. They want to know who you are, but they also want to know that they can trust you with the contacts of the people that they're going to put you in touch with. That links you back to that rapport building that we just talked about a few minutes ago. And finally, it's about responsibility. Networking is your responsibility. I can give you networking contacts from former students and other friends at the Bush School all day long, but unless you take responsibility for contacting those people, building a rapport with them, following up with them, keeping them updated on what you're doing, then there's very little that we can do to help you build a successful network. And so it's important that you do those things. So renew your contacts or build new ones. Build rapport with those people. That way it's not awkward when you follow up with them or when you provide them additional information. Request advice. Ask them to look at your resume. Ask them what they would do in your situation. What would they do differently if they're a former student, etc. And then finally, take responsibility. If you'll do those four things, you should be successful with networking. Let me know what you think about these video clips, if you like them, if you'd like to see more of them. If not, you won't hurt my feelings. We just wanted to try something new to answer some of those common questions. Have a great day and best wishes on finals.